Sunbreak's bonus update has blessed us with its newest and final monster to the roster, Primordial Malsino. The fight itself is very good, I enjoyed it. Now, let's look at his armor, weapon, and most importantly, his unique skill, Blood Awakening 3. Blood Awakening activates when you heal 50 HP with either Blood Rite or Blood Blight. You will get up to 15 raw and 15 elements if you have Blood Awakening level 3. Right after healing 50 HP, you have to heal an additional 100 HP. With a total of 150 HP healed, we can get up to 40 raw and 30 elements if you are using Blood Awakening 3. Do note that healing with Blood Rite and Blood Blight even when your health is full counts towards activation for Blood Awakening. The skill is designed against monsters who have easily broken parts, and if we are using the Berserk skill, spoiler alert, which we'll use in every Dual Blade set, we will rely heavily on Blood Rite to maintain our life drain. It is not advised to use Blood Awakening against the Elder Dragon Triumvirate and their risen counterparts, as they don't have many body parts that you can break easily, and their head only breaks when they are at low HP. You may ask, which Dragon Dual Blade is better, the Waga Dual Blades or the Silver Slicers Dual Blades? The answer is both are good in their own ways. The Waga Dual Blade has more elements, which we'll be using in non-Blood Awakening sets, whereas we'll be using Silver Slices in all Blood Awakening sets, since Primordial Malsino weapons offer bonus health recovery when healing from Blood Rite or Blood Blight. Use the timestamps in the description to sort out which Dual Blades builds you are interested in, and without further ado, let's get right into the builds. The first build is a Blood Awakening 3 Berserk Dual Blades build. You need 3 Mail of Hellfire augments and 2 Strife augments, since Chaotic Gore Head has 1 level of Strife already. And you notice I have 2 level 1 slot augments, since we do not have enough slots for Kushala Blessing 3. As we do not have enough level 1 slots to fit in both Kushala Blessing 3 and Teostra Blessing 2, we have to cope by not using Blood Awakening 3 and using Risen Teostra legs instead. Losing 10 elements is not the end of the world, and it is a slight damage increase. And I'll be using a Kushala Blessing 2, Berserk 1, 2 level 2 slots charm. Although Armadron Dual Blades are the best water elements Dual Blades, the sharpness is pretty terrible. Fortunately, the generous level 4 slots offered by Primordial Malsino armor pieces allow us to slot in Handicraft level 5 and Blood Rite 2 for faster Blood Awakening 3 activation. You should be able to get these pages of skills. You notice the lack of Bloodlust makes us rely more on the healing from Kushala Blessing 3 and Blood Rite 2. We'll get a total of 95% affinity for the whole hunt. 5% from Crit Eye level 1, 20% from Strife 3/Berserk, 20% from Maximum Might 2, since our stamina is kept constant at infinity, and finally Witness Exploit 3 with the 50% more affinity, bringing us to 95% total affinity. Magma Armadron is still the best fire Dual Blades. With Primordial Malsino's armor pieces, we can easily get Handicraft 5, Master's Touch 3, and all the core skills for Dual Blades. You'll notice that we used Risen Kaiser feat instead of Primordial Malsino's feat, as we lack level 1 slots for Teostra Blessing 2, which gives us 10% more fire damage. Losing it is very significant compared to using Blood Awakening 2. You should be able to get these pages of skills. With Crit Eye level 2 instead of level 1, we can easily get 100% affinity throughout the hunt. Since Kushala Dual Blades have plenty of purple sharpness, we can reserve 2 level 4 slots for Hellfire Cloak plus 4 jewels. You should be able to get these pages of skills. With the same exact setup for fire dual blades, you will be able to get 100% affinity. All Mother Nawa is still the best Thunder dual blades, but the lack of slots on her dual blades makes us compensate by slotting out Hellfire Cloak for handicraft and crit iron. Skills page for Thunder dual blades. With this setup, you'll be able to get 105% affinity. The 3 level 4 slots offered by Silver Slicers gave us the opportunity to add in 2 level 4 expert decorations. You can swap out the hard cornerstone for expert plus 4 for 105% affinity. And you should be able to get all these skills for Dragon Dual Blades. The second build includes Frostcraft, Blood Awakening, and Berserk. You will also need 2 Strife augments and 3 Mail of Hellfire augments, as you already have Chaotic Head Beast. However, we'll have to switch Primordial Feet for Risen Kaiser's legs, as we don't have enough level 1 slots for Teostra Blessing 2. I'm using a Frostcraft 2 Berserk 1 charm for all 5 elements. You can also use Strife 2 Berserk 1 and Mail of Hellfire 2 Berserk 1 charm. Less availability of good decoration slots makes us abandon Hellfire Cloak. Although we have 95% affinity, which is good, we only have Handicraft level 3, which is terrible for Armour Dual Blades. You should aim for Handicraft level 4, or you'll be sharpening twice throughout the hunt. With Crit Eye level 2, Max Might level 2, and Weakness Exploit level 3, we can get to 100% affinity for this Fire Dual Blades build. With all that, we can easily get these pages of skills. Decorations for the Ice Dual Blades build. If you want more sharpness, you can throw out the Hellfire Cloak decorations for more handicraft decorations. Hellfire Cloak is not mandatory for dual blades. Me personally, I just like an extra topple when the monster enrages. Decorations for the Thunder Dual Blades build. The lack of slots on Nawa's dual blades force us to abandon Hellfire Cloak and make room for more sharpness. With this setup, you have 95% affinity throughout the hunt. As Silver Slicers gave us way too many slots, we can put in Medicine plus 4 Duo for more health recovery thanks to Kushala Blessing level 3 and Super Recovery Dango level 4. Total skills page for the Dragon Dual Blades build. You'll notice there is 0 handicraft decorations, as Silver Slicers already has a generous chunk of purple sharpness. The next build is going to be a Frostcraft Berserk build without Blood Awakening. We aim for 1 Strife augment, 1 Frostcraft augment, and 3 Mail of Hellfire augments. Since Prudence Mail is too OP and gives you 2 Strife levels by default. This is another variation we'll be using for Fire, Thunder, and Dragon Dual Blades builds. Apart from the generous slots offered from the Kaiser legs, it gives you 2 levels of fire attack and 2 levels of Teostra Blessing, which is fantastic for Fire Dual Blades. We use Velkhana legs for water and ice builds, since they give you max level crit element and decent slots as well. Same Frostcraft Berserk talisman, you can always go for Strife Berserk and Mail of Hellfire Berserk, but you have to go for more Frostcraft armor augments. For Armour Dual Blades, the number 1 priority is handicraft decorations. However, you can slot out Bloodening Jewel 3 and Handicraft Jewel plus 4 for Hellfire Cloak level 3, but my preference, I wouldn't want to sharpen many times throughout the hunt. This setup will get you 100% affinity. I recommend you to slot out 2 levels of recovery speed for another 2 levels of stun resistance, because if you are stunned while you are hit with Berserk, you are guaranteed to cart. Like I said before, Hellfire Cloak is not mandatory for dual blades. You can swap out Hellfire Jewel plus 4 for Heart Steadfast plus 4 and swap out Bloodening Jewel plus 4 for Medicine plus 4 deco, and you can just slot out Hellfire Jewel plus 3 for Blood Right jewel free. With the same setup as water dual blades, we get 100% affinity. I like this build is because we get handicraft level 4. It's a perfect balance between handicraft level 3 and level 5, and you don't have to sharpen much more often compared to handicraft level 3. Due to Prudence Mail giving us 3 points of handicraft by default, we can allocate more slots on more comfy skills like medicine jewel plus 4, or you can swap it out for stun resistance plus 4. We can also find room for 2 more recovery jewel ones cause Falcana Legs gave us almost max ice attack. This build with all the other elements will give you 100% affinity. Decorations for Thunder Dual Blades. You can swap out Heart Cornerstone Jewel 4 for other comfy skills like Heart Steadfast or Medicine plus 4. With this, you can get 100% affinity. As we are not using Blood Awakening, we can use the Waga Dual Blades. The level 1 slot offered by the Waga Dual Blades makes it just enough for us to fit in Kushala Blessing 3 and Dragon Attack 5. Since Waga Dual Blades has way less sharpness than Silver Slices, we need to compensate by putting in Handicraft level 5 in order for us to not sharpen frequently. The fourth build will consist of Heaven Sent 3 instead of Frostcraft. At level 3, we will not consume any sharpness at all, so we can just abandon Master's Touch 3. Also, we'll be using Intrepid Heart for all Heaven Sent builds, as you will receive cheap damage instead of actual damage that knocks you over. Augments for the Heaven Sent build. Ideally, you'd need Strife 3 and Milk of Hellfire 3. However, there are only 5 armor pieces and you can only get 5 augments. You'll be extra lucky like me to get 1 Strife and 1 Milk of Hellfire augment on 1 armor piece. If you don't have the patience to grind for armor augments, you can settle for Milk of Hellfire 2, but that will be a 10% damage reduction, since Milk of Hellfire 3 gives you 20% elements damage increase compared to 10% from Milk of Hellfire 2. The ideal charm would be a Berserk charm with 2 level 1 slots and 1 level 3 or 1 level 2 slot. Due to the terrible sharpness offered by Armadron Dual Blades, we have to slot in 2 Handicraft plus 4 jewels to cope with the purple sharpness. The reason I put in Max Might plus 4 instead of Crit Eye plus 4 is cause Max Might 2 gives you 20% more affinity compared to 10% more affinity from Crit Eye plus 4. And our stamina is kept full at pretty much all times thanks to Heaven Sent and Strife Berserk combo. When Bloodlust is inactive, you already get 100% affinity. After Bloodlust is activated, you get 120% affinity. At the end of the day, you are guaranteed to hit all critical hits on weak spots throughout the hunt. Like I said earlier, Teostra Blessing 2 gives you a 10% increase in fire damage, which is very good for dual blades. However, if you aren't crazy for damage, you can remove Teostra Blessing 2 for Intrepid Heart level 1 and Teostra Blessing level 1. Hey, you still have 5% more fire damage. With the same setup for Water Dual Blades, you get 100% affinity and even higher throughout the hunt. Kushala Dual Blades have enough purple sharpness for us to activate Heaven Sent, so we abandon all handicraft decorations for Hellfire Cloak. With all that, you can achieve these pages of skills. Since you have enough purple sharpness before Heaven Sent activates, I placed Hellfire Cloak 3 instead. You can just remove them for more handicraft or other skills. Skills for the Thunder Dual Blades build. Same for the other elemental builds, you will get an average of 100 affinity throughout the hunt. Although we're using Heaven Sent 3, Waga Dual Blades have a tiny chunk of purple sharpness, so I would recommend dropping Hellfire Cloak for a little extra handicraft. All the skills for the Dragon Dual Blades. As I said earlier, you can swap out Hellfire Cloak for more handicraft, but me personally, I would retain Hellfire Cloak since one swap scroll will regain all that purple sharpness I have lost. Now, if you don't have the hours to grind the Melting Pot like the loser I am, this final build is perfect for you as it only requires a trash talisman. The talisman I'm using for this budget-friendly set is is a crit elements 2 burst 2 311 slots charm. If you don't have a similar charm to this, I believe you should hit the building pot way more often, as it sounds like a skill issue to me, I'm not gonna lie. For armor augments, you need 1 strife, 1 wind mantle, and 3 mil of hellfire armor augments. As I got lucky and got 2 level 1 slot augments for Celtic Golex, you can remove Intrepid Heart and Recovery Jewel 1 for Stream Jewel 1 decorations. With Bloodlust Crit Eye 3, Max Might and Witness Exploit 3, we can easily get over 100% affinity. Same situation here. You can remove 2 Blaze Jewel 1 decals and replace them with Iron Shell Jewel 1 and Flame Scale Jewel 1. You can remove the Expert Jewel 2 for Blaze Jewel 2. You should be able to get almost all the skills in these pages. Decorations for the Ice Dual Blades. If you do not have 2 level 1 slot augments like I do, you can slot out Hellfire Cloak for Frost Jewel 2 and Handicraft plus 4 decoration. And you should be able to get almost the same skills as I do. If you are not as lucky as I am, you can replace the Hard Cornerstone Jewel 4 for Hard Bolt Jewel plus 4. You can also replace the Recovery Jewel 1 with Iron Shell Jewel 1. With that, you can get almost all the skills presented here. Decorations for the Dragon Dual Blades builds. Similar to the Thunder Dual Blades, you can replace Hard Cornerstone Jewel 4 for Hard Dragon Jewel 4. You can replace the Recovery Jewel 1 for Iron Shell Jewel 1. You can also remove 1 Dragon Jewel for Iron Shell 1. You should be able to get almost all the skills in these pages. The Dragon Elements Dual Blades build, along with the other elements, will get you 100% affinity throughout the hunt. That's the end of the video. I hope you learned something new out of this and maybe like one or more of the builds I have presented to you in this video. I will see you next time. Bye bye.